We present our paper Binary TTC, a temporal geofence for autonomous navigation. In this paper, we focus on the task of scene perception from a monocular camera, where a single moving camera captures the scene. Achieving monocular scene perception is an important task because active strategies such as LiDAR are expensive and only provide sparse reading, and passive strategies such as stereo require calibration, which also degrades over time. Performing scene perception from a monocular camera is an attractive low-cost solution with light maintenance requirements. However, working with monocular cameras can be quite difficult due to dynamic scenes. The motion of the camera induces optical flow between consecutive frames, which carries information on the scene's depth. Exact depth, however, can only be estimated in the case of static scenes. For dynamic scenes, the 2D flow of a pixel is a function of its depth, its velocity, and the ego motion. Disentangling these components is an under-constraint problem, and hence solving for depth and velocity is an ill-posed task. Previous approaches use strong priors to handle dynamic scene content, and the current trend is to use single image depth estimation as a prior, which hallucinates depth for the dynamic regions. However, do we really need depth information for navigation? Consider this scenario where car A is closer to us but moving away, and car B is farther but moving towards us. And what if given these two images, we provide an output like this? The result shows a virtual temporal geofence that our approach estimates. Instead of estimating which object is closer or farther, we directly estimate which object will hit us within a specified time threshold, let's say 2 seconds, if current trajectories were to continue. We call this virtual temporal geofence as binary time to contact map, which our approach estimates at over 150 frames per second. We argue that such binary TTC map that can be computed at very high speed could be more useful than depth information for autonomous navigation. Time to contact, or TTC, is an important concept both in psychology and computer vision and has been around for a while. TTC is defined as the time it would take for an object to meet the camera plane if current conditions were to continue. TTC is expressed as the ratio of depth and relative velocity towards the ego vehicle. While estimating the depth and velocity is ill-posed, their ratio, which gives us TTC, can be estimated from the images. This is the first appeal of TTC estimation. The second appeal of TTC estimation is that it can be computed from an uncalibrated camera. To solve the per pixel TTC estimation task, we use the assumption that for frontoparallel planar objects, the depth of the object is inversely proportional to the size of the imaged object. This allows us to express TTC as the ratio of the size of the image object and the rate of change in size. Knowing the ratio of image size before and after allows us to estimate TTC. Let's assume this to be our reference image and this as our source image. As we move from the reference image to source image, notice that the car highlighted in orange and blue scale up in size, while the car highlighted in green stays roughly the same. Estimating the scaling factor between the reference and the source image could give us the desired TTC value. However, measuring size and quantifying the scaling factor is a difficult problem to pose and solve. To tackle this, we use learning-based approach and solve this task implicitly. Given the reference image and the source image, we scale the source image by a factor alpha I. This factor alpha I corresponds to a specific TTC value tau I. Now if we flip between the reference image and the scaled source image, we observe that orange car is still scaling up, but green and blue cars are scaling down. Instead of regressing the exact scaling factor, we simply train a network to estimate if objects are scaling up or scaling down. This directly gives us a binary TTC estimation that highlights all pixels for which TTC is less than the specified threshold. To summarize, we first select the reference and the source image. Then we select a specific TTC threshold tau I and compute the corresponding scaling factor alpha I. We use this scaling factor alpha I to scale the source image. After this scaling, we notice that the orange car is still scaling up, indicating that it will hit us before the specified TTC value tau I. On the other hand, the blue and the green car are scaling down. We train a network that detects if the objects are scaling up or scaling down and give us a binary TTC segmentation probability map as shown here. There is nothing special about the network architecture. Given input images, we compute the feature maps F0 and F1. We apply a scaling factor alpha I to F1 based on the desired TTC value tau I. The segmentation is then performed by a 2D encoder-decoder network with skip connections to generate the final output. We use binary cross entropy loss to train, and ground truth segmentation is generated by thresholding the ground truth TTC map using the desired threshold tau I. Note that we could repeat this procedure for multiple values of alpha I to get multiple binary TTC maps corresponding to different TTC values of interest. Training for TTC estimation, however, has challenges. The dataset for training TTC are limited. And hence, to improve the performance, we train the same network for the related auxiliary task of optical flow estimation. We assume that training on optical flow improves the implicit matching capability of the network, which in turn helps TTC estimation. We adopt the same strategy as before and train our network to perform binary optical flow estimation. Given the reference image and the shifted source image, where the source image is shifted by an amount ui in x direction and vi in y direction. So given the reference image and the shifted source image, we generate two binary segmentation maps. One that detects if the pixels are moving left or right, represented by green channel here, and the other that detects if the pixels are moving up or down, represented by red channel here. Combining these two segmentations gives us quantized optical flow estimation into 4 bins as shown here. To train the same network for both optical flow and TTC, we perform a slight modification. The warping operator is now task dependent. We can scale or shift the feature maps. The output now has 3 heads. First one detects if the objects are shifting left or right. Second one detects if the objects are shifting up or down. And the last one detects if the objects are scaling up or down. We train this network for both binary optical flow and binary TTC estimation. Now we show some results. Here is a reference image and here's the source image. These are the results for binary TTC segmentation for different thresholds that we selected uniformly in the scale domain. However, these thresholds can be selected as per the autonomous agent's requirement at inference time. Each binary segmentation can be computed independently and in parallel at extremely fast speeds. These binary segmentations could be combined to get a continuous TTC estimation as shown here. Here is an example of binary optical flow segmentation along x direction. And here is an example of binary optical flow segmentation along y direction. Combining this segmentation, we could generate a continuous optical flow map as shown here. Thank you.